Welcome to Condors Unleashed, Bakersfield.com. Also on My 45, Saturdays at 11:30.
Welcome, My
Welcome
45
to My
viewers.
45. Yes, this is great. All the viewers we're talking to on television without makeup on. How about that?
Yeah.
Ryan Holt, Kevin Bartle. We do Condors Unleashed live each and every Tuesday at 2 to 3 p.m. on Bakersfield.com. You can also catch the replay on Condors.tv on demand. And as we mentioned, My 45, if you're watching us right now, My 45, 11:30 to 12. You get the abbreviated version. If you want more Unleashed, if you want more from us, you can just head to Condors TV, or you can check out the show live on Tuesdays.
And why wouldn't they, really?
Why wouldn't they? Either way, you're going to get the man to my right, Laurent Brossoit, Condors goaltender Laurent Brossoit. We just like to call him LB. And first off, LB, welcome back to Bakersfield.
Thank you.
What's the feeling like for you coming back to Bakersfield? You're up a level, but back in Bakersfield. What's that feeling like for you to be back here in Condorstown?
I don't know if you could put the feeling into words, but it's. I was definitely excited when I heard the news that they're making the switch. And I was honestly just so proud of this city because I know how much support they give the Condors. And so I think it's very worth it for you guys to be, bumped up a league.
And you. Yeah. And the support to you. I mean, let's be real. They loved LB when he was here. They loved it.
I mean, there was ovations on opening night, and then there was Laurent Brossoit's ovation
right.
on opening night, which I think doubled the decibel level in the
well,
place.
And then he adds to the legend by pitching a shutout on opening night. That had to be pretty special. The nice way to start the year.
It definitely was. But then, the second game wasn't the way we wanted to go. So
we don't talk about those. We only talk
I wasn't going to ask. I wasn't even asking.
You brought it up. But no, that Friday night, just from a player's standpoint, because there is so much build-up, there are so many camps, there are so many practices, just to be able to get through opening night, opening weekend, and settle into a rhythm. What's that like from a player's perspective, just to be able to start getting back into games in a normal swing of things?
Relief is definitely the word you got to use. Like you said, the camps that you have to go through and the fitness testing and the practices, it's taxing. And you go into your first week of every season almost drained. So it's not only physically draining, but it's mentally draining. So you're right. It's very nice to get the first one out of the way. So
going in here into week 2, what was the tone of practice any different this morning, or do you feel like you're actually now we're into the season? Like, forget all the drills and the bag skates, and now we're actually in it.
You know what? I wouldn't say that we're 100% in it. There's still a little bit of rustiness to it, and just getting into the rhythm of things, especially with the new locker room and atmosphere of the city in general, getting your apartment together, but. It's definitely more settled than in the first week, and we're definitely even more comfortable together after that first week. So I think we're looking forward to the next one for sure. Since
we last saw you in Bakersfield, went up to the National Hockey League, made your NHL debut. Was that a different game day for you in terms of waking up knowing that you were going to play in the NHL that night?
You know what? It happened so quickly that I couldn't even tell you that I got nervous, or I thought I was going to be more nervous than I was. I kind of got the call the next day. I was flying out. The next night I was playing, and I'm flying back. So it all happened very quick, and I'm very, very fortunate to have the night go as well as it did. It would have been nice to get a win, but other than that, I felt pretty good about my first game.
Who'd you stop on your first shot that you saw? Do you remember?
Was it Thornton?
Yeah,
I don't think I didn't stop it though. He missed the net by a mile.
There you go.
But I mean, just to get to that level, and I mean, we had a couple of watch parties going on around the city just to be able to put it up on TV around the city. But
I didn't know that.
Just to be there, and you mentioned Joe Thornton, and I know it kind of sounds like a fan, but to see guys that you've seen play in the NHL, or to play with guys you've seen play in the NHL now for a number of years, what is that like in terms of, wow, all this hard work it's right there. It's right on the doorstep for me.
Yeah, and that's when you want it the most. It's right there, like you said. I feel like I'm so close and getting closer and closer every game. But to be honest, you go out there and the whole process of even getting to the NHL, it's such a slow one, right? So I've been working at it my entire life. So once you get in there and you see these guys, it was kind of such a slow progression that it didn't seem too big of a deal than I thought it would.
a lot of the guys on this team are in this same position. They're right there. I mean, we had a couple of first-round draft picks sent down in the last week. You know they want to be there. How much of a balancing act is it for you to, keep your mind where you are and focused on the ultimate goal without the back of your mind saying, I could do that. I could be there right now. I'm as good as these guys.
It's just because you have to. I have no choice but to just focus on what I'm doing here, and what I do here is gonna, ultimately result in whether or not I get up there. So there's no point, and it's only a waste of time to worry about that.
You look at this season, the tandems, the goaltenders. There's 3 currently in town. You have a guy with NHL experience in Ben Scrivens. Does that push you in terms of, well, that's my net. I want the net, and create a little healthy competition between the netminders? Yeah,
absolutely. There's always any motivation is going to be a positive in the long run. Obviously, when you're put in a situation like this, you'd prefer to be the only guy, so you have nothing to worry about. But I know, and I've been experienced enough to be in situations like this where I know that in the long run, this healthy competition is only going to help me.
Sly Rodriguez in town, goaltending coach for the Oilers. He's been here for several weeks now. What do you guys work on? What kinds of things, in what way does he help you specifically as a goaltending coach?
Well, we watch a lot of video together. We'll watch any game possible. So for now, it's mostly been just preseason and then the last 2 games. But we just kind of touch on what needs to be worked on. I mean, I'd like to think that there's not a whole lot of gaping holes in my game. So it's usually just minor details that I'll bring up, and I'll say I want to work on this, and he'll give me feedback, and we'll kind of work together rather than him just telling me what to do.
This summer, was it different preparing for a season like this in terms of, well, I'm right on the cusp as opposed to your first year, and I mean you come back and you look at that first year, that first season you were in Bakersfield, and just the journey it took just to get to Bakersfield, and now you come back and you're established, you're settled, you're ready to go here. This season was a little bit, you don't have to think about as much over the summer in terms of where you're going, who you're going to be with, and what's happening.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. I feel like every summer I'm going into the next season thinking, where am I going to be, where am I going to start, what team am I going to make, and all that. So it's definitely nice. It's a little bit of a weight lifted off your shoulders when you're going to be in a spot, and you have a job, and you don't have to fight for it for the beginning of it. Not to say that I don't think that I need to earn it, because I do. But it's definitely a little bit less stressful when you know that you have the job.
When you were here last time, it was black, silver, and maroon. What do you think about the blue and orange threads now, though?
It's growing on me. I can't say that I was a huge blue and orange guy growing up, but it's growing on me. It looks good on the Condors jersey for sure.
It looks great. We're painting the town blue and orange now. we're person by person, we're turning the whole city blue and orange.
What'd you do this summer away from the ice just to be able to get away and to enjoy the summer? What was LB up to?
I did a little traveling, kind of taking advantage of the time off. Nowhere too far, just here and there, all the hot places in the world that are hot in the summer. But just a lot of golf, a lot of relaxation. I kind of like to take my mind off of the game so that I miss it when I come back.
What on your way to Bakersfield, was there one spot you're like, I can't wait to go eat here?
Sequoia.
Or there you go. There you go.
You knew it was coming.
I knew. Hey, it's a good spot. It's a good spot.
I mean, have you been, along with Nick Paggiot and maybe Winquist, have you guys kind of been the point person and the point people on, hey, what are we doing? We have a Sunday off. What's happening?
What are we doing, Condors Town?
Yeah, definitely. Even getting apartment set up. It's like, where should we go? What apartments are good? And they think I'm the mayor of this town, but I'm definitely not. But I think it's settling down now. Everyone's starting to get a feel for the place.
And you're more comfortable this year being in Bakersfield than you were maybe 2 years ago when you're a rookie, and you'd been on 8 teams that year, I think.
Yeah, but this city makes you pretty comfortable pretty quick, in my opinion.
Well, it's great to have you back. Certainly appreciate you coming on for our debut show.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
We're very excited, so welcome back, and congrats on the shutout on opening night.
That's
all good from here.
That's number 10, by the way. Number 10 in Condors. Silks.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't know if it works like that.
Yeah, in a Condor, we like to say in a Condors jersey.
That's right.
15 overall, 5 last year. So big year for you. Wish you nothing but the best. We'll we'll have you on plenty of shows throughout
Thanks
the
for
year.
coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate
Thanks, guys.
it as always. When we come back, we'll be joined by our oil drop superhero mascot. We're going to give him a name, or he's going to pick a name.
He's picking a
He's going
name.
to pick a name. We're also going to pick some games, too. We got a new league, new division, new teams. Same Stockton, though. And guess who I'm not picking this year? You're right. Yeah. Well, when we come back, we'll tell you about the upcoming games this weekend. We'll also tell you how you can tune in this weekend. We'll get you all of that when we come back. This is Condors Unleashed, live from the Bakersfield, California, and on Bakersfield.com and My45.
The Condors' inaugural American Hockey League season is off and running and back on home ice Saturday night. The Condors are in the new NHL 16 video game and will celebrate with an EA Sports giveaway. 30 people will win either an NHL 16, Madden 16, or FIFA 16 video game. Doors open at 6 p.m. The puck drops at 7. For more info, call 324-PUCK.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, transportation, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly business journal, call 395-75